Rated M for Movies.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Rated M for Movies podcast. My name is Matt. Today I got my review for you for Warcraft, starring Travis Fimmel, Toby Cabell, and Ben Foster. So before I start the review, I just want to say I've never played any of the Warcraft games before. I really don't know anything about the franchise other than that there's like humans, orcs, mages, dwarves, blah, blah, typical like fantasy RPG stuff. So I'm just going to review this like it's a regular movie. So keep that in mind. Alright, so let's get right into it. So Warcraft is basically the story of how the humans and the orcs, started their war. And it shows the orcs coming into like the humans' world, looking for like a new homeland. But they kind of start taking over it in like an aggressive way. And then some orcs really don't like it that way. And there's a whole conflict involved. There's a lot to go into. I don't want to get spoiler territory-ish. So let's start what I like about the movie. It's a really great looking movie. The CGI is beautiful in this movie and all the effects. The orcs look huge. They look awesome. It's like the orcs are pretty much like a giant army of Hulks, and they're freaking brutal. The mages in this movie with all their spells and stuff are really cool too. I like how they look, first of all, and I like how they have like a bunch of different ones. They show a big variety of different spells that they use, usually like the elements like fire, lightning, and stuff like that. And it's cool to see that. They also looked really great. Along with all the beautiful effects and everything, the cinematography is also great. It keeps up with the action really well. There are some really great wide shots. I saw this in IMAX, and some of the shots in this are breathtaking. And the action, when there was action, it was clean, it was brutal, and it was just raw. It was intense. The orcs, every time they hit somebody with like their weapons or their fists or everything, you can just freaking feel it, man. It's awesome. It's really brutal, and they do some really nasty stuff to the humans too. I mean, seriously, the orcs are like a cheat code in this movie. Them and mages, it's unreal, and it's awesome to see how freaking brutal they are. It's so satisfying to watch them fight. I love that part of the movie, and I love pretty much any of the scenes where the orcs were in, which isn't the majority of the movie. I love the orc storyline and how the main orc that we follow throughout the movie, his name is Dorotan. He's a really great character played by Toby Cabell, and I like how they implemented him in the story with his whole wife and son and everything. So let's get into the bad, and there's a lot of bad in this movie. First of all, the script is just a plain mess. It's a train wreck. There's a lot of info thrown at you at the same time, and there's a lot of stuff that I feel like they expected you to know from the games. So if you never really played the games and you just want to go see this movie, you're going to have an extremely hard time understanding what's going on. You get like the basics, character, everything, like, oh, this guy's magic and this guy's like brute strength and there's a whole army and everything. It'll be some basic stuff, but there's a lot of stuff that, it's not just Easter eggs either. There's a lot of stuff that just fans will only understand, and I didn't like that part of the movie. I mean, it was just, for one, all the dialogue in the movie, if they talk about stuff like that, it really drags on. You're just like, all right, get back to the action, because the action is by far the best part of the movie, and the movie is probably like 30% action and 70% build up and talking and stuff like that, and it's really a shame that they did it like that. The film drags. It's only 2 hours, but I felt like it was a half hour longer than that. I was sitting there pretty much bored out of my mind at some parts, and it was really disappointing. And that brings me to another point. It's called Warcraft, but there wasn't that much war in it. It should be called like pre-Warcraft or like something like that. There wasn't that much war in Warcraft. Like I said, only like 30% of the movie is like actual war. Towards the end, there's a lot of it, but also to go along with the script and that stuff, the performances were really so-so in the movie. I do like the orcs, like I said, but any of the human characters, especially Travis Fimmel's character, he's supposed to be the main like human guy, like I guess the knight in shining armor, stuff like that. He's kind of a dick. His character acts like a dick, and he's really unlikable. I really didn't like his character that much, and at the end you're just like, oh, well, you really don't root for this guy because he was just kind of an ass the whole movie, and it's like, all right, well, and I just want to root for the orcs, and since the orcs aren't the majority of the movie, it kind of sucks, and it kind of drags it down. Also, the ending is really dumb. I hated what they did with the ending, and they pretty much just set it up for a sequel. I don't know if it's going to make that much money this weekend, but if they do get a sequel, hey, I'm curious to see what they do with it. It's alright, guys. I think fans will really like it. If you're really into the whole World of Warcraft, like lore and stuff like that, you'll probably have a great time with it. Anyone else, I would say I would pass on this one for right now, guys. So I'm going to say go see it if you're a World of Warcraft fan, or if you're a Warcraft fan, if you live in franchise and lore, go see it. You'll probably love it. And for anybody else, I would say wait for a rent or Redbox. It's not something you need to see in theaters. It's not really worth your time in the theaters, guys, this weekend. I would go see something else. Hey, thanks for listening, guys. Next review is going to be for Now You See Me Too. Most likely on Sunday. It might be Monday. I'm not too sure yet. But hey, thanks. Stay tuned, guys. See you later.
Rated M for movies.